everybody, it's Tyler with Gaia Force Gaming, and I am here with just another local video from the release day event of BT10. This video on the left we have a Minervamon loop deck, and on the right a blue flare deck. So again, this is day one, so I'm not sure quite how shaky these players will be. They are competent players, that's why I chose their table, but I'm sure there will be a couple mistakes as there were in the Jessmon versus Granda's video, or at least some, stalling while playing because they're reading cards, figuring out new cards. Here on the left, the Minerva player already has out Cerberusmon, has some cards in trash, and on the right, the blue flare has Madoki and Gaussmon. Gaussmon hitting the Return to Darkness, and then he just spams the board with more rookies. Does need to answer the Madoki Betamon because Minervamon just really cannot do anything about that card. But here he's just really putting on the pressure, the Deathclaw, and then hitting Insecurity to take out one of his bodies. And then we see Blazing Memory Boost, which is just a powerhouse of a card. Lets you add 2 pieces to hand and play the Kyria from the 6 revealed, which is pretty insane. Then he plays out the Decker Greymon, which will let him draw 3 cards total. And then we do see the combo start to combo. So for anyone who doesn't know, I know it's sped up and they might be shortcutting. The Calling from Darkness whole combo, or not Calling from Darkness, Return from the Darkness combo with Minervamon is you play the Return from Darkness for 4, deleting your Minervamon to bring back a Cerberusmon, the standard one, and then Minervamon's effect, if your opponent has 2 or less cards, will bring back Werewolf mode, gaining you 9 memory and leaving you with a body with Rush. So that's like a net 5 memory. And you have a level 5, so you could usually go into another Minervamon and do it again. Here he did shortcut, not put the one from his trash back. And then he has another one. Does hit into the Blazing Mem Boost. Now, Minervamon player is thinking here what to do next. Will evolve into the Minervamon. Play the Analog Youth. Getting Death Xmon off that. You see the Jack Raid come down for 1 memory. Evolving to Creepymon to leave his opponent at 1. He'll go to 3 from his Kyria. Somewhat of a rough spot for the blue flare player. Minervamon just got a lot of the forward advantage that you're looking for with Minervamon. And here they go on to game 2. So Minervamon takes that game 1, and now they're shuffling it for game 2. On paper, it definitely seems like Minervamon is at a disadvantage this matchup, but if the loop deck gets its like advantages through its memory gain and combo pieces, it can just close that gap that the decks naturally have. And that's the thing in Digimon, like bad matchups don't necessarily spell the end for you, because there is a lot of RNG and there's a lot of sequencing that you have to do right. We see that Blazing Memory boost grabbing his 2 pieces. Because of the glare, I can't tell if it's a Metal Greymon or a Decker Greymon. I think it was a Decker Greymon. Swings into the the Howling Memory boost. We see Gaussmon swing, hitting the Jack Raid. Oh, as a little aside, the Gavin, the player on the right, did want me to mention that he is only running those eggs because he thought he had Upamons on him, and he didn't. He brought the wrong eggs with him when he was sorting cards, so not a terrible egg for the deck, but not the Upamons that he wanted them to be. Purple player here is trying to fill his trash, get his engine going. He does swing into the Gaussmon. Gaussmon's effect will let him play. He does play the Greymon, searching top 4, grabbing a boost in Curia. And we do see a Death X for 14. Is that right? Or was it 11? Either way, a huge Death X coming down, giving Blue Flare just a ton of memory. He's going to Blazing Memory boost, getting his 2 pieces, Mailbirdmon and something else. We're going to see him Digicross the Greymon and the Mailbirdmon into the Metal Greymon, of course. He's going to swing over unsuspend thanks to that inherit. We do see it go into security. Hit the Analog Youth to grab a promote. We do see him pop a boost to go into Decadramon. Evolve Madoki in the back. Pop the other boost just to play the I'm sorry. The thing he played out front is Decker Greymon. He just played the Decadramon to let it die and save underneath to the Death X effect. So here the players are just taking their time, thinking about their decisions. Looks like the blue player is trying to decide whether or not to go with a dead or alive play. Does just pass the turn. Now that the Madoki Betamon's out, the question is, can the blue player drop something cheaper to not let it die to Death X, or can he answer the Death X? He is going to Digicross the Greymon and Mailbirdmon to another Metal Greymon for 3. Stunning to Death X, attacking and unsuspending, and swinging for game. So moving on to game 3 for these two. Players shuffle up for game 3. I'm not sure what the order these are going up in, but I have this matchup as well as the Jesmon versus Grandis matchup from the release weekend, and I'm going to try and make sure to get you guys at least 2 gameplay videos a week moving forward. You know, things are starting to normalize again after the storm, so hopefully we can get you guys some decent content. It does make the blue flare player go first. He opens with the blazing boost, passing over 5. It's a lot of memory, but he gets such a huge advantage out of this. Gets to play the Kyria, gets 2 cards off it. The boost is on the field. That's just such a good setup card, even for the 5 memory. Especially against these slower decks, like the combo setup decks. And he does just drop the werewolf mode. Not even the standard Cerberus mon, but the full werewolf mode up front. Got a kind of bricked hand. The Gaussmon will die, letting him drop the Mailbirdmon. He will grab 2 and play another Chris, and just checking that he doesn't have to not control a Chris to do it. Kyria, sorry, everybody. I know there's a lot of contention about what to call him. Does play the Decadramon just to draw 2, not a terrible play. Him dropping the Mailbirdmon is kind of indicative that his hand might not be that great as well. But he is at such an advantageous point from that early Blazing Memory boost, just put in so much work, and then the loop player just drawing a kind of clunky hand, not very fast at all, which just lets the blue flare player kind of run away with this in the early game at least. When you see the Deathclaw come down, save will happen. We will bring that out with the Minervamon just because it has Rush. Can't quite get any cool combos going, but it is a pretty advantageous play going into another Minervamon. Swings with the Gaussmon. Does die to security. He'll get a drop of 4-drop. Does choose the Greymon. Technically, the Greymon would finish its on play before Minerva would have to choose what to bring back, but it's not that big of a deal. Some of these timing issues are a little complicated with Minervamon, so I understand. He does pop the Howling Memory boost. He does Digicross from under his tamer, still paying the full amount. Just to freeze the cards, of course. Blue's still able to stun a lot. Not quite what it was in Blue Hybrid, but Blue Flare does do some pretty interesting things. Does swing at security for 9k, survives the check. And with Minerva, sometimes you gotta be that risky guy. Do see another Minerva come down. Falling in the back to scatter mode. Do drop the Gabumon and evolve it to a blocker. His opponent will go to 3 and then to 5 from Sora Joe. Huge board on Minervamon's side. With double blocker as well. We do see the evolution to Decker Greymon, stunning the blocker. and he does have the hybrid for game. So nice, good game for Blue Flare versus Minerva Loop. A little rocky bit with reading cards, new cards. Like I said, as the format goes on, you'll see more confident play and more mastery of the newer cards. But all in all, a good showcase of these two decks, I think. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. More gameplay videos coming. Hopefully not just these ones I were just randomly throughout the day, just matchups I thought were new exciting decks. But starting after this, I will do my usual finals gameplay, etc. So, really appreciate you guys watching. If you're still here, like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord for weekly events for great prizes, and we will see you soon. I love you guys. Bye.